Wandering Rebel Investigations coming back at you. Now, a quick rundown of what led up to this video is I was walking down the road, had a gentleman that I've never seen, met, anything before, stop about a block ahead of me. As I approach, he starts screaming racial slurs, telling me how he's not going to have these dumbass crackers following him around town, and among other things. Then he starts threatening to shank me. Eventually starts threatening to shank a female, and I call the cops, follow him to let him know where he's at, and that's where this comes in. Direction.
For the rest of the night, are you going to head this way, or what are you?
I'm going to go wherever I please.
Okay, let's not. I'm here to help.
Yes, then why are you asking where I'm going after this when it's irrelevant to the situation? It is irrelevant to the situation because what I do after this has no bearing on him threatening to shank me.
Can I speak? Okay, a lot of times I'm...
Zero bearing.
To you?
No, period.
No.
Per the Supreme Court. I am not required to answer any questions unless I break the law. Then why are you trying to push for an answer when I have told you I am not required to tell you and I won't tell? No, you haven't. You've been pushing for a good minute now.
I asked you that question once, and I'm trying to explain to you why I asked certain things that you might not.
Yes, you're trying to cop-splain why I should forfeit my rights. And no, it's not going to happen. This dude threatened to shank me. He threatened to shank a woman. And you are sitting here interrogating me like I'm the criminal.
I have to get your side of the story.
Look in his shoe also, because after he put his knife away, I saw him bend down and mess with his shoe.
Your side of the story.
Then what does me after this have to do with anything to do with him threatening me?
Do you see how this works?
Oh my God.
Two people can't talk at once.
How this works is he threatened to shank me. Okay. What I'm doing after this interaction has nothing to do with the fact that his dumbass threatened to shank me and a woman. Oh my God. And you guys can go up by Family Dollar if the lady's still there and get her statement as well that he threatened to stab her.
Nobody's talking to you right now.
I'm talking to you, public servant.
Okay.
What, you gonna say my freedom of speech is some way violation of the law?
I also have a freedom of speech.
Not while you're in uniform. Your speech is dictated by your policy. You are supposed to be polite and professional.
Trying to ask you questions.
Telling me I'm not talking to you right now. That's polite and professional.
I will talk to you in a moment when I'm done speaking with this officer.
Yeah, and when you're sitting here talking bull, I will call you on it. Freaking ridiculous. Trying to come up with a way to let the criminal go after trying to fucking interrogate the victim. That's our police at work in the U.S. And I'm gonna need all your badge numbers and names per your policy. And that's 400-1 subsection A. If you guys don't know your own policy.
The difference between rights and our policies, I'm pretty sure you don't know the police policies.
I do. I've looked it up. 400-1 subsection A. When requested by the public, you are to give your name, rank, and payroll number upon request.
You gotta give me your ID, bud.
I have no ID, and as a victim, I am not required to give ID. All I have to give you is name and date of birth as the victim.
You have to identify yourself.
Yes, name and date of birth.
You want to push this? You want to push this with me right now?
I have to give name and date of birth. That is it.
But I can't identify if you don't have
You can identify. I don't have. In America, you are not required to have identification on you. This is not a paper please country like Nazi Germany.
Why don't
All
you
I'm
just be
required
decent?
by Terry v.
Why
Ohio.
don't you just be decent and stop arguing? I'm asking pertinent questions. I just want you to
I am willing to give you my name and date of birth.
Stop shouting.
You're the one trying to escalate.
Stop shouting at me. Just give me your
Then stop
information.
giving me unlawful directives, trying to tell me I have to have an ID.
I'm not giving you directives. I'm asking questions.
You just told me I have to have ID on me to identify.
yourself to me.
All I have to do to identify is give name and date of birth.
You're gonna have to spell Richard.
You don't know how to spell Richard? It's common spelling.
That depends on who's spelling it. Okay, everyone
It's
spells
the
their name
common
a certain way.
everyday spelling.
Okay,
Richard. Just because you get butt hurt that I know my rights and I assert them,
Man, I don't care.
then
Okay, I
what's
just
with
wanna
the
learn.
attitude?
Because you're yelling at me.
Because I'm
Answer my
heated that I
question.
just had an idiot threaten to stab me and I'm getting interrogated like I'm the criminal.
And if you don't want us to ask questions of you, then just don't call
I
us.
don't want you to treat me like I'm the criminal.
I'm not, but I have to ask
When you come
certain-
up to me and you're trying to stop me,
please.
no. You have been interrupting me this entire time.
Okay.
If you don't want it, don't give it. You guys tried to stop the victim before the perpetrator.
Right.
When you literally drove right past him.
Right.
Then when I come up, you all walk away from him except for one officer to approach me and start interrogating me like I'm the criminal.
Can I explain to you why?
And then you cop an attitude when I call you on it, and my attitude because of the situation there already has me heated. And you're not understanding that when somebody is threatened to be shanked for no reason, their emotions are heated.
It's all over with.
And then
Just
you
calm down.
escalate it further.
Okay, Richard, what's your middle initial?
All I need to do is give first and last name
And your
and
middle
date of
initial.
birth.
You want to push it again with me? Push
I
your middle
know
initial,
I'm not
brother?
pushing anything. I am following the law. Terry v. Ohio.
I understand
You
that.
can identify me based on first and last name and date of birth.
What's your middle initial?
I am in your... You can look it up, considering I can look it up on CCAP myself. You're just trying to push and exert authority you
No,
don't
I'm
have.
trying to make the job easier for my dispatcher to run your name, okay?
All they need is first and last name and,
And
date
a
of
middle
birth
initial.
per Terry v. Ohio.
Okay, but it's
Per
easier on a
the identification laws. I follow the law,
May I speak
not
without
your
being
feelings.
interrupted?
If you're not going to give me any of this cop-splaining BS,
Well, I'm not cop-splaining, I'm explaining. I'm explaining
go ahead
why
and
we do this.
give me your version of explanation.
The officer tried to stop and get your side of the story and get your description because we didn't have a description of the offender.
That's a lie. I gave a description over the
Can
phone.
I speak, or are you going to interrupt me?
When you're giving me misinformation, I am going to
They
correct
didn't
it.
tell us.
Then that means your dispatch has a major issue.
A lot of times there's a miscommunication. So can I explain further, or are you going to interrupt me again?
If you're going to tell me lies, I
I'm not
will
lying
cut
to
you
you.
off
I'm
to
telling
correct
you.
them.
Okay.
You're telling me you had no description. I gave a description. So why are you trying to stop me to get a description again? Trying to criminalize me and trying to escalate with me when I'm reporting a guy that is randomly threatening to stab people. And what, you're gonna come back and try to arrest me now? I bet. All because I tried to do the right thing. Should have just called in anonymous and just left him go to stab somebody, shouldn't I? So this is supervisor vehicle number 33. This is vehicle number 13. And I'm not going to walk up that way further because they're still dealing with him to get the paddy wagon number. gonna try to set this up so it'll watch, but I can light a cigarette. Sounds like I'm clear. Hopefully. Looks like they're actually arresting this guy who threatened to stab me and a lady who knows me. So at least they're doing the job half right. See how quick he got butt hurt because I called him on trying to interrogate the victim as if they're the criminal? Trying to tell me to shut up and listen to him. What the fuck you think you are? Oh, dang it. Can't shove that in there. Shove that in there. Let's see if they actually follow their policy and identify themselves. Or if they're just going to pull off. So are you guys not following your policy and identifying like I asked you guys to? I guess supervisor in car 33 don't give a shit about his own policy. Looks like they're done. So paddy wagon number 18. Can you identify? Are you gonna identify, dumbass? I guess you're an ignorant piece of shit then. Just like your supervisor. Do a half-ass job and expect full fucking pay. Try to victimize criminalize the victim and victimize the criminal. Fucking sorry ass excuse for a fucking cop. Sorry ass pig. Oh, now you're gonna commit fucking assault with the light, huh? Yeah, shine it into my eyes. Try to damage my fucking retina, you sorry ass pig. Yeah, that's what I thought, you sorry ass excuse for a fucking cop. You ain't no cop, you're a fucking pig. Yeah, you don't like it. Start treating us better, you dumb fucks. Do your job better, fat ass. And I wish I would have gotten everything on recording, but I had some phone issues. So I hope you guys at least get something out of this. Let me know in the comments. Peace.